You're watching News 4 Today in high definition.
And a good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to the final half hour of News 4 Today. I'm Bill Frankmore.
And I'm Karen Griffin. Time is now 6:30 on your Wednesday morning. We've been talking all morning about the TRE fire, the Topaz Ranch Estates fire, burning about 18 miles, or Dina's 18 miles south of Gardnerville. It is burning
As the crow flies,
south of Gardnerville.
About an hour and a half south of Reno. If you were to drive down there, you probably passed it. If you've gone to Topaz Lake, obviously, maybe to Yosemite National Park. It is a popular area that we pass by, and it also, of course, is a place where some neighbors are living, and they were all in fear yesterday when they saw those flames and that smoke just about 1:45 yesterday afternoon. We have some updates. We have some good news when it comes to the number of homes that were said to be destroyed yesterday. They were reporting about 7 homes destroyed. That has been downgraded. We've also got an updated version as far as how many acres have burned. We've got Dina Kupfer, who just came out of a news conference earlier this morning. She is live in Topaz Ranch Estates with the very latest on this fire. Dina?
Good morning, Bill and Karen. Well, I want to show you the mountainside first. It's still very active this morning. The Topaz Ranch Estates fire has now burned 4,500 acres is what officials are saying at this point, and still only 10% contained. As far as full containment efforts, earlier they were reporting they were hoping to have this fire contained by Saturday. That is now a pretty ambiguous term. They're not quite sure if that is in fact going to be the exact day for full containment, but they are working very hard this morning and going into the evening hours as well. We have learned that everyone who was evacuated has now been let back in their homes, and so that's very positive news that's come out of the TRE area. Everyone is back in their homes now, and this fire is moving away from this community and over to the east and to the north. So now the new concern for fire crews is the Smith Valley area as well as the Upper Colony Road areas. They are going to start air taker strikes today at 9 o'clock. Earlier we were reporting 8 a.m. We've now been told those are going to be pushed back to 9 o'clock this morning. They do have 2 helicopters that they can use this morning, as well as 2 on standby through the Air Guard. Also, 2 air tankers are on standby if they need to be used this morning. Now, this fire did destroy 2 homes, unfortunately, 17 outbuildings, as well as several RVs, boats, and some vehicles also affected. More than 120 homes were threatened yesterday. The threat is still there as far as the Smith Valley and Upper Colony roads are concerned, but for this community down in the valley, the threat is not quite a concern for firefighters anymore. They have branched out into several sections this morning, and they are going to start making their way up the mountain, but I have been told that fire crews have made great progress overnight, and all of those voluntary evacuations have now been lifted. We are expecting to have more than 500 firefighters battling this blaze today, and it has been upgraded to a Type 2 fire situation, so a Type 2 incident management team is expected to come in later today to help with the firefighting efforts. But again, some good news coming out this morning. Folks back into their homes. 4,500 acres burned so far, and again, crews are hoping that with the winds dying down today, much different than yesterday, that they can make some more great progress on this fire. We'll have much more for you coming up throughout the morning. For now, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you so much for that, Gina. We'll be checking in with you, hopefully again, and of course on News 4 at noon. Well, the rapid growth of the fire, of course, due to strong winds. Time to send it over to Jen now with a look at how those winds are going to be throughout the morning and throughout today. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning to you, Bill and Karen. Thankfully, we're looking at lighter winds today. I want to show you some areas where the fire started out, initially threatening the Topaz Ranch Estates just east of Highway 395. And of course, as we know, that has changed a little bit. And to give you some perspective of where this area is, if you do just head down south 395 on your way to Topaz Lake, but not quite to Topaz, you take a little tour east along 208. That's where you get to the Topaz Ranch Estates. Now, firefighters, as Dina mentioned, are trying to keep this fire north of the 208, and now the concerns are going to be right here at the Jack Wright Summit and then areas east, which unfortunately looks like it's right in the line of fire of Smith Valley. So your winds today are going to be coming out of the northwest, so it looks like we could get that little push east, and the wind speeds won't be quite as strong. We're looking at about 10 to 15 to 30 miles per hour. And right now, wind is very quiet around the valley, 0 miles per hour. We really aren't seeing any gusts around Reno. As you look down towards Topaz, we've been seeing about 1 mile per hour wind speeds with gusts up to about 6 to 7 miles per hour. So 51 outside. Temperature-wise, it's been a pretty mild morning. And as we look at your satellite radar, we do have clear skies with clouds and showers staying north by Thursday night. So tomorrow night into early Friday morning, those showers make their way for western Nevada as we get a pretty big change up in your weather. We do see those snow levels drop down to about 6,500 feet with rain possible around the valley. Temperature wise, yesterday we were 3 degrees above average and your overnight lows were above as well. Stay dry without any precipitation and a lot of wind. Today will be a couple degrees below average, 73 and 46 at Reno, 70 and 43 at Gerlach, and 62 and 42 at Virginia City. 10 to 15 to 30 mile per hour wind speeds out of the northwest, picking up some tonight. So firefighters can get a handle on this fire early in the morning before those later morning, early afternoon winds pick up, especially throughout the evening. That'll be the best chance for them. Slight chance of showers Thursday night as we transition near Memorial Day weekend. 70% chance of showers with snow levels down to about 6,500 feet. We're looking at more rain possible Saturday, early Saturday, and then we warm up to the 80s eventually by Memorial Day.
All right, a lot of us actually starting to root for that rain. Thank you so much for that.